Hello, I'm Steve Pierce, the Putnam County Property Assessor. Obviously, our notices have gone out of change of appraisal from reappraisal, and this is something we do every 5 years. We've been noticing some of the comments, or I worked Friday and Saturday night trying to answer calls back, get you all answered back. They called, left voicemails for me. I would just like to answer some questions or concerns I've heard, or posts maybe that I've seen that I feel like could need answers or need follow up to them. Be glad to walk you through that. Kind of doing a virtual town hall is what I guess you could call it. So we'll start with the first one. I've written those down so we have good questions and comments. The increase in values is an increase in 1 year. No, that's not true. It's an increase over 5 years. The last reappraisal was 2021, and obviously on your paperwork, on your change of notice, it says 2025 value and 26 values. It has to read that way. That's by statute, by law, but actually the value is a 21 value. The next one is the certified tax rate will offset the higher values. That is true. The certified tax rate dropped over $1. It's a preliminary certified tax rate until the county board adjourns and we do all of our reviews, which could change some of the values. It should change some. It shouldn't change a lot. Very, very slight change, but it does change the tax rate, which will change the tax bills. The next one is higher value automatically means higher taxes. No, again, certified rate will offset those higher values and make it to where if you have any increases, they should be slight increases. My property value doubled, so I know that means my taxes are doubling. No, that's not right. The typical increase that I've calculated is somewhere around $100 a year, but that's going to be by case basis. It can be very different. If you're above the average increase of residential homes, it will be some more. If it's under that, you will pay the same or less. One of the next ones is reappraisal value should reflect market value. Yes and no. They should reflect some market value, but the reappraisal is governed by Tennessee law. The procedures are set forth by the State Board of Equalization, interpreting the law, and set the procedures forth. The procedures are not varied. You cannot vary from those. The procedures that we have used are using 2025 sales to come up with a base house to start with, a base rate for the houses, and the land was done the same way. That's not something you can vary from. So it is a market value in time, but it's as long as you're using the 2025 sales, and that's just law. Let's just follow the law. We have to follow the law in this process, and this law has been followed to the T. Let's look at another one I've read. Reappraisal is optional. No, it's not optional. It's Tennessee law. We're on a 5-year cycle as a county. Our office has to follow those laws, procedures, as I just spoke about, and they cannot be varied. I mean, anybody in our office would have had to done the same type of reappraisal. Other communities, other counties now are releasing their numbers, and they're under the same law, same procedures we are in Putnam County. Reappraisal is only a revenue increase for the county. That's not true. The certified tax rate means that the county brings in the same tax dollars as it did last year. So it receives the same tax dollars last year, can't receive an increase. The growth is pulled out if you've had new construction or growth in your area of new commercial buildings, new houses. That is pulled out before the certified rate is calculated. The calculation is to bring in the same taxes as last year. The tax rate is backed into the certified rate to equal the same taxes. So there's not new revenue because of reappraisal at all. And that's against the law. You cannot do that. My increase amount is representative of how much my taxes are increasing. No, it's false. If we said the residential properties increased at a rate of 69% on average, if yours increased at that or above that, if you go above that increase, yes, you may pay some taxes extra than you did last year, more taxes you did last year. If you're under that or at that 69%, you'll pay the same or less. I have calculated about half of the ones I've calculated have been under. Their taxes dropped. It may not be a lot, or the ones I've calculated are over or not a lot of money either. One I've also heard is the assessor's office is not trained in reappraisals or in appraisals at all. And that's not true either. Right now, we have done more education in our office than probably the assessor's office Putnam County's ever done. We have 5 people at least that have all of our field appraisers for sure, and some of the office staff, including me, have certifications in appraisals through the state. We hold different levels. We have several different levels. We have a 40-year certified general appraiser with license with the state that's done private appraisals for 40 years now. He's been working with us about 6 years. We're glad to have him on staff. So we do understand the process. We understand your concerns. We understand that this is sticker shock of the values being increased this much, but it's just set by the real estate market. All we're doing is reflecting the market. So we do, and the process is, you can't vary from that process. That process is set in stone, in law, and the Department of Property Assessments, which is under the comptroller's umbrella, monitors us on a monthly or maybe weekly basis during this process. They had to sign off on this. They think this is a good reappraisal. We know we're not perfect. There's going to be some issues with data, issues with transposing numbers, things like that, and we can fix those. Just call the office and we can address those issues. Another one I wanted to answer is talk of county commissioner's role and our role, the assessor's office role. They're different. We work together, especially during the budget time. Budget time is near. It's upon us right now. And one of the things we can say, that the role for the county commission is to set the tax rate. My role is to do appraisals and assessments, so they're done fair and equitable across the board, and that we're treating all the same. That's the reason you use average base rates and things like that when they're done. But the county commission does set that tax rate. They can adopt the certified rate. That certified rate is dropped to $1.05. They can adopt that, or they can exceed it. If they have to exceed it, there's hearings and things in place. They're in place. They have to do exceeding it. Their role is to listen to budget process. There's been a lot of discussion about budgets because of the reappraisal. The budget process is now, we're in that now. They're having meetings, starting meetings. That process is they listen to the concerns of department heads and what they need to provide services for the county, and to see if that they can fulfill those needs. That's totally a county commission portion. We don't have anything to do with the tax rates. We're only value and assessments is what we do. That's what we're trained in. That's what we do. It's all the authority we have. Okay, we wanted to address another question. What are my taxes going for? What are services provided? The taxes go for sheriff's cars, ambulances, school buses, schools, maintenance of county buildings, sanitation with the trash, things like that is what county provides those services, and those tax dollars make up the monies to provide those services. That's what they're there for. County services paid for through property taxes, that's part of the cost of a growing community. We are a growing community. I can see why people are moving here, because people are great here. We have an awesome community, and that's part of it is providing those services for everyone here in the county and trying to make that fair across the board. Another thing we're hearing is my property taxes have went up, or maybe my appraisals went up. I'm not sure about property taxes, but I can't do anything about that. No, that's not true. You can do an informal review with us. You call the office. We have a form we're filling out, because phone calls, we're flooded with phone calls right now, obviously, or people walking in. So we're going to have to fill forms out and send it to field appraisers to send them out to review your property and call you back. We're glad to do those. We'll try to give you the best answer. I've told our staff, be very transparent with everyone comes in, tell them what happened. How can we fix it? Can we fix anything? Can we do anything about it? I mean, one of the worst things to do is listen to comments really on Facebook of where maybe someone's not trained in reappraisals. The best thing to do not panic and read those and start to panic because of those. Call us and we'll be glad to answer your questions. Walk in, email me, whatever you need to do to get with us. The phones are going to be busy for a while, so if you call, we will get back to you. Again, I worked part of this weekend, so we'd start fresh with phone calls this morning. Also, you can do something about that. The informal review starts with our staff members. Myself, our field appraisers, our office staff, we'll look at your property with you, try to answer questions. When it gets in depth in appraisals, then we will send you to a field appraiser or bring them to you, and they can look at your property physically. There's also programs out there to help you maybe you didn't know about. There's tax relief, which gives you some money back after you pay your taxes. It's based on age. It's based on 100% disabled vets. and it's based on your annual salary, annual money that you draw. Maybe there's some requirements there. The trustee's office administers that program. They'd be glad to answer those and help you with that. There's tax freeze. Our county commission 2 years ago voted in tax freeze. It's for the elderly, 65 and older. There is a requirement of income that you have to provide, but you can qualify for that annually. That freezes your taxes. When you qualify, your taxes are frozen. So there are some programs out there. We'll try to help you with those programs, but we're going to point you to the trustee's office. They do a good job taking care of those, taking care of our vets or elderly in that. I understand if you're living on fixed income, it is concern of any tax increase or any increases. We want to help answer those and help you along the way if we can. Again, I'm Steve Pierce, your Putnam County Property Assessor. We're glad to have these conversations. Just don't panic. Don't let it upset you and ruin your day. As one lady said, she didn't sleep much the first night she got her notice, and after I talked with her, she was fine. I think her bill increased $68 in 1 year. This is from a 5-year period that this real estate market update is. All we're doing is reflecting that market. So if you need us, call the office, email us, come in the office. We're going to get your answers, and any issue, we're going to try to address those. Thank you.